my bladder let go and it was dripping down my leg. I'm not kidding. And it was so embarrassing because I would have gotten away with it, but I kept going. I had to keep going because I couldn't stop. I'm not kidding. This happened to me. I was a senior in high school. What is going on, my making sense of adulties? It's your boy, Radio Rod, signing on. Just kidding. It's Courtney. We're here, back again. What's up, guys?
Oh my God, that was so bad.
That was terrible.
That was the worst intro I've ever heard in my
Shut
life.
up.
You're not even going to tell them where you were at? You're talking about back again. You weren't even here last week.
Yeah, I was sick.
You want to tell the
what?
audience what you had?
I had a UTI.
Oh, my.
I'm just kidding. I didn't.
I can't believe you said that.
I
It
didn't
goes
actually.
perfect. It goes perfect with the episode today, actually.
I didn't actually have a UTI. I haven't had one of those in a while, but I didn't feel good. I actually have found mold in my apartment, and I think it's making me sick.
Why is there mold?
Not sure.
Do you
There's a
not
leak.
clean?
There's a leak. No, I do clean. So I found a leak in my apartment 2 months ago, and they still haven't fixed it. And there's really bad black mold growing. So I think it's giving me like. I was very stuffed up and had a terrible headache all week last week.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, that's no fun. Well, we're glad you're feeling better, and we're glad you're back.
Yeah, we missed you. Anthony did a great job filling in for you. I don't know
did.
if you heard
Round
the
of
ep-
applause
you
for
haven't heard the
Anthony.
episode yet.
It's not out yet.
Oh, it's great, though. It's really good.
I watched the few clips that were sent.
Oh, it was great. We really got into it. Oh, yeah. Post about for a second. Junie?
Where were you last week, Junie?
I was here. We had a great time. I had whiskey, water, conversation with the boys.
You have no beard.
I know.
Explain to the people. They're confused.
Yeah. Girlfriend's mom didn't like it.
Oh.
She's coming to town.
Awkward.
Wanted to clean up. And
Sorry.
plus, that beard only took me 2 months to grow. 2 months. That was it.
So you're going to grow back out eventually?
If I want to.
You drink a lot of milk or
I
what?
have the option
Why does your hair grow so fast?
because I'm a goddamn man.
Well, guys, today we're back again with another episode. Sorry for Courtney's terrible intro. We are Radio Rod, Courtney Primo, QC Queen Court, and Mr. Riddle, voice of reason. Making Sense of Adulting, episode 3, season 3. 3. There's 3 of us. Oh, I love that.
Triple threes.
Anyways,
It's good luck.
no, that is.
Is
what
that?
Like angels numbers, right?
It's like the holy number is 3.
What? I
Because
thought it was
everything is
7.
in everything's in threes. Like
Oh, yeah.
the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit,
That's one.
the Holy Trinity. You know what I mean?
Well
That's
done,
only
voice of
one
reason.
thing done in threes.
Okay, whatever. Sorry, I
Today
don't have
we
enough-
talk awkward moments, awkward questions, awkward situations.
very much so like Courtney's introduction.
And yes, like her UTI situation.
Or like your whole life.
That's very true. I do
I'm kidding, too.
I do embarrass myself a lot.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
I
It's
think I
kind
do
of
too.
It's kind of a commonality, but I mean, part
I
of adulting is getting over embarrassment. I feel like
Sorry, man.
everybody goes through it. Everybody's got to get over it. It's an obstacle.
What is one of your most awkward situations?
I mean, we've talked about one of my more awkward situations, but you know what? Like, everybody has a childhood memory of a moment that they probably will never forget that impacted them. Mine, I kid you not. I mean, it was movie-esque. So, all through elementary school, my mom drove me to school. I never rode the bus. In middle school, I decided that I was going to ride the bus. And the only reason was because my elementary school didn't have a bus that came and picked me up, but my middle school did. My mom got a new job. Long story short, I'm on the bus. Ride the bus in the morning. All is good. This is middle school, mind you. This is a whole new territory. So first day of middle school happens. Get on the bus to go home. The bus is driving outside of my neighborhood and stops outside of my neighborhood. My mom is parked in her car right by the entrance of the neighborhood, waiting on me to get picked up to drive me to our house. The bus doesn't pull in and does the whole stop sign on the street, and like I had to cross the street. It's a 2-lane road, right? My mom runs into the street, waves down the bus driver, and mind you, we shared the bus with high schoolers. So I'm on the bus with high schoolers and middle schoolers. It's my first day of 6th grade, and my mom is hawking down the bus like, no, your stop sign, your big yellow bus isn't enough because my little baby's gonna get hit crossing a 2-lane street.
She said that to the bus driver?
Huh?
She said that to the bus driver?
She might as well have.
That's not that awkward, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's not really
No,
that
it
awkward.
is when the entire bus of high schoolers and middle schoolers are laughing at you because your mother.
That's more so embarrassing.
Your
than
mother.
awkward.
That is awkward.
Did you get bullied for that?
Yes,
Seems like it.
for sure. For sure.
Seems like you may have got bullied more than just from that.
I had long hair too. It was pretty ugly.
Courtney, most awkward moment that you could think about?
As a kid?
Yeah, let's do kid.
Well, I had like a bad problem of wetting my pants.
Oh, gosh, she's going straight to it.
That's
I did
probably
it-
where
so,
those
like, the
UTIs
most
come from.
Holy crap. Maybe. So in high school, shut the fuck up. I haven't peed my pants in a long time.
2
Okay?
weeks.
I know, it's only been like a month.
Sometimes when I laugh really hard, I gotta like run to the bathroom. But in high school, I was a cheerleader. And we had a pep rally, and we had these little like red spandex. They were bright red spandex.
Oh, no.
And I don't know how y'all did it at your high school. Like, did you guys do pep rallies and the cheerleaders did like a routine for like 2 minutes every pep rally?
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing, and we were about to go do our routine, and I looked at my coach and I said, I really have to pee. And she said, you can hold it. Y'all are about to go on in like 30 seconds. You can hold it. And I'm like, I gotta pee really bad. So she didn't let me go pee. I asked to go to the bathroom, and I was not let
Oh, so it's
to the
somebody else's fault.
bathroom.
So it's somebody else's fault that you peed your pants?
Yeah, but just wait. This is why it's the most embarrassing thing ever. So we start doing our little whoop-de-whoop-de yada 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 thingy, and then I have my tumbling pass across the mat, and as soon as I landed, when my feet hit the ground, my bladder let go, and it was dripping down my leg. I'm not kidding. And it was so embarrassing because I would have gotten away with it, but I kept going. I had to keep going because I couldn't stop. I'm not kidding. This happened to me. I was a senior in high school, and my brother was a freshman. And this is how I know it was bad, because we had the jump section next. So I just tumbled, and we were about to jump. And I have to do toe touches. So my crotch. And I was in the center. I was splitting the middle of the mat. So there was one girl here, and I'm like diamond splitting the middle of the mat in the front. And I'm about to do a toe touch with a diaper that's so wet, literally. And my pants were maroon. And everybody else was red. And my brother, he was a freshman. And after that, he said, "Did you pee yourself? Because I saw it." So everybody saw it. And I ran out of there so fast and didn't come back. It was
in the
so
middle of a
embarrassing. Yeah, right after I got off the mat. I had to keep going. And then I left because I peed myself.
I would have faked an injury. I'd have been like, I snapped my ankle. I'm down.
I don't know what other option you could have done there. You can't leave.
That's
gotta
pretty
sit- you gotta sit-
embarrassing. I don't know if
that's
that's awkward, but that's
That's-
embarrassing.
That's it's both. It's a mixture of both.
That is
I think you
up
win.
and beyond
I
worse
think
than
you-
anything
yeah,
I've ever
I
been
think
through.
I think you win. I think you win.
Why? What's yours, Rodney?
That's like embarrassing. Is that the same as awkward?
I think so. I think awkward and embarrassing are kind of the same thing,
I think so.
right?
You can be-
Awkward, embarrassing. It's awkward. It's embarrassing.
But awkward could also be weird.
Yeah. Uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
But I feel like being embarrassed is an uncomfortable situation. So I
that's
think
true. Like, I didn't wanna
think
be
that
in my own
falls into
skin.
that category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for mine is when I walked in on my teacher giving head to a student.
Wait, what?
This was in high school. I was a freshman in high school at Judson.
The teacher was blowing
She
you.
get caught?
Huh?
She get caught?
I have no idea. I didn't know.
Oh, so it
going-
was a she.
Huh? Was it she?
Yeah.
The teacher was
you might
giving
not
head
want
to
to
a
say any
student.
names.
I don't know the names. I know my teacher. I can go out. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I walked in, and it was an athlete because I remember seeing him around all the time. And then he laughs about it, and he was like, "Yo, what'd you see?" And I was like, "Oh, like I saw you guys having fun." And he was like, "Yeah, let's just try to keep that on the DL because he was like a big football player too. So like if he would have got caught, I'm sure like they would both got in trouble. But for him, it was like a flex." But I had walked in because it's like my study period, and I went to go talk to the teacher, and then they were behind the desk. At first, I didn't know what was going on, so I just kept going in. I was like, "Oh, miss," and she was like, "Oh," then she started freaking out. She said, "Was the door unlocked?" She said, "How'd you get in?" I said, "The door was unlocked, you stupid ass."
Did your school not have cameras in the?
Not in the rooms. You know how many times people used to get into fights in the room and the teacher would just be like, open up a circle and just let them fight?
What
would they
kind
have-
of high school did you go?
The ghetto.
That sounds.
I was definitely in the ghetto for a little bit.
Do you have security guards at your high school?
Oh, yeah. We had police. We had...
Did you have to walk through metal detectors?
No, it wasn't that bad. Okay, damn. I wasn't that much in the... My parents would have looked at me like, yeah, wait, it was not that bad.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I was about to say at my high school, if somebody was fighting in the class, man, there'd be a security guard in there in
That fast?
less than 60 seconds.
Boy, my teachers used to put the little blinds down, open it up, and be like, look, you're going to go to the office if y'all do this, right? Like, yep, okay. Let them fight.
And then just send them to the office?
Yeah.
As soon as a
Sir, you've
fight
never-
broke
you've never
out
went to
at
school in
my
the
high
hood.
school, a teacher, somebody was sprinting at the scene.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not kidding.
Well, that's in the halls. In the halls, you got to stop it because then
Yeah.
It was the
crowds up.
funniest thing when the fattest teacher was the one like
Jeez,
running.
Junie.
What? It's just funny
That's so rude of you.
when the biggest because some teachers are like huge.
I didn't have a fat teacher.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny when like the
'Cause I
big,
didn't judge
when like
them.
the big security guard. Nobody's judging anybody. I just think
Yeah,
it's funny.
you just labeled them as fat.
I didn't say it was a negative thing. Your dad's fat,
He
He's a
is,
nice guy.
Damn.
he is fat.
and he's a nice
I
guy.
forgot for a second. I
My
forgot we
dad
talked
is
about
fat.
that.
There's nothing wrong with being
And he
fat.
will take that down to his grave. He doesn't care. He's fat.
So
He's my dad's probably the fattest dad in this room.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my daddy look good. My daddy look good.
I love my dad though. He's great.
Should we talk about uncomfortable, awkward situations? Let's see. You think asking your boss for a raise is uncomfortable? Is awkward?
Yes.
no,
No.
Yes. I would get fired if I asked for a raise.
really?
I
Well,
feel
then you
like
have a
I
shitty
would.
job.
Oh.
I don't think so.
If you're in a work environment where you can't go in and ask for a raise that you think you deserve, if you've put in the time, that's kind of shitty. If you're scared to go in there and ask for a raise, then you're not in a good working environment.
Well, I just got a raise.
Well, then why would you be asking for one? Oh, that was a question. That was
The
a question. I'm sorry.
question
That
was
was
asking, yeah, we're not talking
that
about-
was a question. That was a question.
Yeah.
So
Now,
it-
if I felt like I was being overworked and I asked for one, I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I think it's a hard situation. It's depending on
I think
how old you are. One, because I mean, right at this age right now, asking for a raise is kind of like you're working in the industry, like you're working to get up in the industry. So asking for too much too early could look as you coming across as overconfident.
and that's fine, but like also doing so much work, people are going to take advantage of that in the industry as well. Like if they see that you're working and that you're not going to ask for a raise or you're not going to stand up for yourself, people are going to take advantage of that, and that's just
Yeah.
how the world works.
Well,
But would you ask for a raise or would you just speak about how you've been working?
No, I would go in there and I'd be like, listen, I'd like to talk. This was my job description. This is what I've done since. This is how I've improved the position. This is how many extra hours I put into, and I feel like that in my compensation that I deserve a little bit extra for what I'm putting out. And I think that if you
Ballsy move.
if you work a certain amount of time, but that's necessary. That's part of adulting. You need to stand up for yourself in order for you to get to where you want to be. You don't get anywhere
I
in
think
life
if
by just
I-
sitting back and hoping that something happens. You got to go for it.
if I really felt like I was being overworked and underpaid, I would say something. But it's not an easy conversation.
Yeah, it's not.
It's awkward. How do you know what I mean?
I guess I look at it as I know my worth, and if you're not willing to pay me that, or you're not willing to like at least give me something or meet me in the middle or work with me on it, then I'm not in the right place.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of you as well, of knowing when to ask for a raise. Because like at a certain point, when you've been somewhere long enough and you have that chemistry and you've been around those people for a certain amount of time and you have taken your position and you've known that you have gone to new heights with it that other people haven't, I think it is an appropriate thing and a common thing to do to request a raise. I think that's part of the work life, and I think that any adult in any kind of working industry will tell you the exact same thing.
Really?
For example, I'm gonna shout out my sister here, and this is on a more minute level, but my sister worked at this barbecue restaurant in our town for years, like all through high school when she was 15, even through college. Like she worked there for 7-8 years, and periodically, as she would keep working up and doing more and pick up more shifts and work her way up from being a little hostess all the way up until being a server, she periodically asked for a raise because she's like, hey, I'm coming in here, I'm picking up shifts, I'm doing this, I'm running that. Like I'm going and helping this section when they need it. Like I deserve a raise because I've been here long enough. I've proven my worth to you and I deserve that. And that's on a minute level. But when you get older, it's the exact same thing. There's no difference in it. You need to know your worth in the workspace.
And the second you do, this is funny that you say this because I had this conversation with one of my coworkers a couple weeks ago. The second you know your worth is when you become the most dangerous employee, though.
Yeah.
Because they could lose you like that. The second you know your worth, you know you can go get something even better, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's good.
So for me, long story short, for me, that question isn't an awkward question because I feel like if you're going to go in there and request it, you need to go in there confident and knowing exactly what you're going to say and exactly what you deserve.
That's true.
And I just don't, and I think if you do take it as an awkward situation, it can negatively affect you.
Good answer, Jenny. I'll give you that one. 1-0. You, Courtney, 0. Paying the bill on the first date.
Huh?
Awkward or not awkward?
That's not awkward.
That's awkward for you because you don't do it.
Whoa. I'm just reciting the notes that I have written from the website.
How is that awkward? What do you mean? Like, because you both grab for it?
No, awkward
like,
as in who pays it.
I think nowadays it doesn't matter who pays it.
But is it an awkward situation like when you get to the first date and just like, you know, when they give you that one check?
I think it's only awkward if the guy doesn't pay it.
Unless the girl like volunteers to do it.
If she's like,
shit.
What, you don't pay for anything?
Huh?
What do you mean?
I am very, hold on, let me defend myself. When it comes to the first date, it depends on the energy.
Will you split it if it's not good? Or you make them pay the whole thing?
No, I don't make them pay. Like I'd ask for 2 tickets. If I really did not, I would not purposely go into a first date when it's like one check, knowing that I wasn't gonna pay. But if it comes to somebody that's like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna go out with you, feel how this is. I feel like girls nowadays are so smart with just taking a date because it's like, oh, I just want to go get something to eat. It's a free dinner. Or he's gonna pay for this. Let me just go. Let me just go. That's my point.
That happens in Nashville, especially. That happens.
It happens too often. It's like girls will just try to use you, and it's just like even though it could be a quick $30 date, I still got. It's just like in the back of your head. I just feel like I just got played dumb, knowing that she was just after her for a dinner.
Well, I've never been on the other side of that.
Shit, girls out here all the like it happens so often.
Girls in this city,
industry.
Courtney, are savages.
They flaunt
They're savages.
over. They will flock to anything that has a dollar sign to it. Not everyone, but like it's just so common out here.
That probably happens more than just here.
I know, but it's different. It's just different here because I mean, you know the vibe in this city that you know a lot of people like to clout chase. A lot of people like to try and find where the money is or where the recognition is. It's the same thing.
I feel like that's kind of everywhere though, don't you think?
That is everywhere, but I've seen it heavy
It's
out
just
here.
it's just enhanced here. I mean, we've all lived in different cities, whether it's our college town or hometown or here, but it's very different here comparatively.
Such a common thing. It's just like I hear
guys. Don't you hear guys from other places say the same thing?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't speak for Anthony, but I feel like maybe Anthony when Anthony was single, he probably felt the same thing. But I've heard other men say that, like my buddy Louie. I mean, he said the same thing there for a bit. When he first moved, he's like, dude, the dating scene is just different here.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just how it is.
Well, I got lucky.
Talking about somebody
and I
you
met
don't.
a guy when I had a boyfriend, so I never had to do the dating phase.
Damn. What a savage.
Call herself out.
What a
I
savage.
don't care. I'll call myself out now. I've almost been dating Reed for a year now.
That is true. Y'all are coming up. Y'all coming up close. What is it?
2 weeks will be a year.
Hold on. Why do I feel like I know the date?
What is it?
Is it the 27th?
You're close. Close.
What is it?
The 25th. So
Okay.
it's on Thanksgiving this year.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Celebrate with the family. 1 year, baby.
What about texting the wrong person?
Awkward.
Oh, awkward.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, oh my god, oh my god. Have y'all ever screenshotted someone's conversation
And sent it to somebody-
sent it
Oh,
to that
yeah.
person?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm not that dumb.
I used to do that on accident all the time with my ex-boyfriend. I would screenshot his message and go to try to send it to somebody, but I'd send it to him. So he knew I was talking shit about him.
You have to really try to fuck that one up. You have to really try to mess that up.
Or have y'all ever done this? Okay, so this is bad. I'm just gonna call myself out. I'm not a perfect angel, and I was not even close to a perfect angel in college. So I was talking to this guy in college at the time, but my ex was still hitting me up and stuff. And he did something fucking stupid. My ex-boyfriend did, because he was trying to get me back or something, and I was kind of entertaining it. Ended up getting back together with him, but that doesn't matter. He did something fucked up, and I got so mad at him that their names both started with an S. The guy I was pursuing,
You did the worst.
and my ex-boyfriend. And I started cussing him out, like, fuck you, like, die, blah, 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 blah. But I sent it to the guy that I was talking to
Ooh.
instead of my ex-boyfriend.
Yikes.
And he was like, Courtney, what? And I felt so awkward. I was like, how do I recover? I can't tell him I'm texting my
How
ex.
did you recover?
I told him that I was trying to send that to one of my friends. I was really mad
And
about something.
His dumbass bought that?
Oh, yeah, he bought it.
Oh, wow.
my God, what a male.
I'll tell you an embarrassing one I did one time. I thought I was sending like a
Cute.
cute message to one of my ex-girlfriends.
You sent it to your mom?
I sent it to my dad.
Wait, have y'all ever done this? Post, like, take a snapshot and try to send it to somebody and it goes on your story?
I've done that.
I know.
I mean, it hasn't been too bad.
There have been some infamous situations of that when I was in high school.
boys over
Wait,
here
what do you-
posting a picture.
Oh, no, I've never done that. I'm talking about other people.
Hey, baby, I got this picture for you. Let me.
No, sometimes I'll accidentally, like, be replying to somebody and it'll go on my story.
But did that not happen to your friends?
No.
Did that not happen to your friends? That happened like 3 or 4 times at my high school. The people like, did you hear about so-and-so posting their titties on Snapchat? Like, she really messed up this time.
And everybody has a screenshot.
Yeah. But I mean, guys did it too. Like, there's fucking private parts everywhere on their people's Snapchat stories on accident.
Texting the wrong person is very, very. It's hard to recover from that.
That's embarrassing.
Especially when you're talking to like a certain girl and you say the wrong thing. That especially happens when you don't save numbers. Not saving numbers just makes it harder.
I don't do that. You do that.
What?
You both
Not
don't
saving
save
numbers? Not everybody's number needs to be saved. Like if it's like you're having short conversations with that person, why do you need to save it? The conversation is not consistent. It's not enough for me to respond to every day on the daily. Thank you. High
Anthony
five.
didn't have my number saved.
Oh, okay. That's different.
and
That's
I
different.
called him and he's like, oh, who is this?
That's different. You know, you guys are just getting started with your friendship, you
What a
know.
horrible producer.
Let's see. Speaking to somebody and not knowing who they are.
Oh, well, let's ask Anthony about that one.
Oh, that happens all the time.
I don't think that's awkward. I think I do that
Wait,
now
what
in
do you
Nashville.
mean? Like you've met them already and you
Yes,
forget
like
them?
so like going out in Nashville when you freaking network and meet somebody and it's like you
See,
see them again and you don't know their name.
I don't
But if
think
they
that's
know-
awkward. I think it's actually respectful to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. What's your name again?
That's terrible. If you're networking,
How is that
Because if
bad?
you're networking, you're going out and you meet
makes
this
you
person,
look
they're like,
bad.
yeah. And if you're like, oh, like I work for the media industry, and they're like, oh, like I'm an artist, and then you meet again, and it's like, oh, what's up? And you're like, hey,
It's awkward.
It's almost
That's
worse to
awkward as
pretend
hell.
like you know who they are, though.
no, why? You play it off, and you never have to. It comes up later on.
I don't know. I'm just different.
I play it off.
I don't
very,
mind
very
asking
well.
people what
He
their
plays
name
it off
is.
better
I
than me,
play it
but
off
I'd say
so
I play it
fucking
off really
well.
well too. it's just one of those things that, and it doesn't even have to be an artist. Like I feel embarrassed if it's just a random person.
Yeah.
Because it's the worst when you recognize their face.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, like I know you, and you just can't dig it up.
Or when they come up to you.
And it's like, you want to be nice, and they're like, they're being really nice, and they're like, they recognize you, they remembered your name, and it's like, oh wow, I didn't have the courtesy to remember your name, but you did to me.
I don't go out enough for that to happen.
Makes sense. What about forgetting a friend's birthday? Awkward?
who
That's what
cares?
Facebook is for.
Honestly?
And yeah, who cares nowadays?
It does remind you.
I used to feel more awkward about it when I was in college, but now it's like if I'm a day late, I just say, I'm so sorry. Like life, everybody's so busy. If somebody texts me a day after my birthday, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. And I guess nowadays I just don't care about my birthday. You know what I mean? It's just,
A birthday.
to me, it's not a big deal.
I started
never-
that. That was me at like 11. I stopped caring about birthdays. Like 18th birthday, graduations. Like that was never important to me.
I stopped having birthday parties when I was probably 9 or 10. I just quit celebrating. I mean, other than
Wait, Junie, why? That's kind of sad. So you don't care about your birthday
no, not really.
since you were 10 years old?
It's
not
just
really
it's just
important.
it's not a big deal to
Oh
me.
my God, it was such a big deal to me.
It's not really a celebration. Like, what do you?
The day you were born.
Yeah, but who cares? You're here. What do you? I mean, you could.
I do love a good birthday celebration.
I mean, like you could thank God for being for
we
still
know you
being
do.
there. But I'm like,
We've been
damn,
there.
Why do I need to celebrate
A couple
that?
times.
What did I do this year? Oh, I blew it down. I don't know. In Dallas.
Let's get to the questions. This is where it gets a little bit rowdy.
Are they inappropriate?
Some of them. What has been the worst thing you've done while drunk?
Probably don't remember it.
Mr. Riddle, would you like to start us off with this one?
Waking up in jail.
I don't like that one.
I mean,
Did you remember how you got
no.
to jail?
No, but I mean, it was stupid. I figured out later because
Were you driving?
no, I was at a club in Fort Lauderdale, and I got arrested because I fell asleep on the bar. It was open bar, and I had
Was it
my,
a formal?
No, oh no, this is just spring break, and I had my phone in my hand. So when they picked me up to carry me outside, I didn't have my phone. So when I got outside and kind of like came to it, not up here, just physically, I wouldn't leave because of my phone. And so the cop was like, "Dude, if you don't leave, I'm gonna arrest you." I was like, "Well, I'm not leaving without my phone." And I would not have done that if I was sober. And he took me to jail for the
Because
night.
you talked back to the cop.
Probably. But that's what when I went back to go get my phone, the bouncer who was right there told me what happened. So I kind of got the inside story. But I didn't do anything like terribly wrong. It was just a stupid drunk decision.
You feel like that's an awkward question to ask? Like if you're on a date, if somebody was asking, like, what was the worst thing you ever done when you've been drunk?
No, because I like I said, like I'm comfortable talking about it because number one, it kind of like it really did change my life. It kind of gave me an eye opener because I was getting drunk a lot in college and I was having way too much fun, and I just
Fun.
yeah, so I
Too much fun.
so yeah, it kind of dialed me back a little bit, and I matured because of it. So it was one of those things like lesson learned kind of ordeals.
I see you were really thinking about yours.
Yeah, because I don't do anything bad when I'm drunk.
I think I tried to ride a bull. I jumped my buddy's gate when I was in high school and tried to get on that
That's some
fucking
real
bull.
Texas shit
I
right
was
there.
drunk as fuck, and I tried to get on that bull. I think I got kicked actually in my chest.
I kissed a stripper when I was drunk in New Orleans.
What
That's
girl
bad.
hasn't? I feel like
Is that bad?
That's like the worst thing I've ever done or craziest thing I've ever done
Oh
when I
god,
was
you're a
drunk.
good drinker then.
Yeah, I know my limits.
I have a list.
What?
I actually no. I can't say what I.
Oh,
would
I like
say.
it. Why?
Cause
It's open space. Nobody's here. Just girl talk.
I'm not saying it.
All right, moving
Next
on.
question.
It's not important.
Who rejected you last?
My boyfriend.
I really have to think about this one.
Actually, probably some manager I cold called.
Oh, all the businesses I went to when I was in sales. All hundreds of them.
I think that was a boo-boo question.
That's a bad one.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done alone?
That sounds inappropriate.
The weirdest thing?
The weirdest thing you've ever done alone?
I don't know. I've definitely had like what's that What's that one movie where the guy's like singing and he slides into the scene in his underwear?
You do that, Junie?
Oh, sometimes. Sometimes I'll be in the house. I'm just like dancing around and fucking going, letting loose. He knows. He's heard me.
Oh, yeah.
He's heard me and singing around in the kitchen, dancing and shit. Like, who doesn't do that?
Isn't that weird?
I feel like people sing and dance in their alone time.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
that's
all
normal.
right. Then what do you do that's weird when you're by yourself?
No, not what do you do. It's what is the weirdest thing you've done. Mine's no judgment. I touched my own shit.
Ew!
I was always curious on how it felt. It just looked.
What? Was it hard?
No, it was soft, but I was just curious. I'm like, because it was just like imagine shitting out that log, and then it's just there. It's just like
You touched your poop?
yeah. I wanted to see
And
what
you
it felt like.
didn't have to get anything out of the toilet?
No, I really was curious. It's just like you always shit and you always turn around and look at it. It's like I was curious on what it fucking felt like.
You touched your poop. I've never done that.
It said what is the weirdest thing you've ever done. I'm not gonna lie.
But that's
I just wanted to see if it was squishy. Sometimes they come out green and shit. You see red in it.
Oh my God.
I was just
why don't you taste it next time? You curious about that too?
Should I?
If you want to die,
You can't die from eating shit, can
yes, you can.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
you get
It's toxic.
puppies. Puppies die from that all the time.
Don't
Oh,
roly
no, I
polies
hope
eat
not,
shit?
because Goody eats his poop sometimes.
Yeah, he can get Pavlov
And you
disease.
be kissing
which
him on the
kills
lips, so you just as bad as me. What the fuck you mean?
Oh, you be tasting the duty?
Yeah, exactly.
The dog,
I
I'm
know you don't brush his
kidding.
teeth.
I
Oh, don't
think that-
no, don't bring it
think
back
that-
now.
I don't think he eats his poop.
So what's the weirdest thing you've ever done alone?
Alone? I don't know.
When I'm alone, I either watch TV or sleep. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I definitely try to see if I can like do weird things.
Huh? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like if I can put both of my feet behind my head or like just weird stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
That's no, you lost me. All right.
Next question.
Next question. What's the worst thing you've done for love?
Shave my beard. I'm kidding.
Be mentally abused.
You guys are so
Okay, deep.
So deep. God.
I'm kidding.
damn.
What
I'm
does
kidding.
it mean? The
I'm-
worst
I-
thing you've ever done for
But
love?
seriously,
Like
though, seriously,
bad?
Yeah. Or like
Ate some weed.
Mine's the same as yours.
that's good. Now I want the story for that.
I can't share that.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Just kidding. It was because of a cop running, I guess.
So you had to eat it? You swallowed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you a real one though. They say all that. You're a shotgun rider.
Okay.
I was a shotgun rider there. And
I bet
I
in
think
your shoes.
I
I
think
put it in my
mine's
pants.
I think mine's the same as yours for this question.
What?
I wouldn't say it's for love, but it was for a girl. But I chose to go to a different university.
Yeah.
University.
Ugh, I did that too. Ugh.
Because she was younger than me, so she was still in high school. So I decided to go to the University of Louisville.
I can't
instead
believe
of anywhere
you
else.
left Lamar Jackson.
Huh?
That is my boy. I love that man. I love Lamar Jackson. I hope he hears that someday. I love Lamar Jackson.
I probably know somebody that could tell him that for you, but
He makes me money on my betting app. He's good. Except for he's working on his passing game.
You want to finish your
That's
story?
fair, that's
Why
fair.
she interrupted you? What were you saying?
I already said like
He
I
left love.
Oh, left
college for love.
No, I didn't leave college. I chose a university in my hometown rather than trying to venture out so that I could stay close because she was a year younger in high
Yeah,
school.
I guess I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, love does some stupid shit for you.
Yeah, you did. Didn't you?
Okay, we don't want to go into
Oh,
detail.
no. So I can go into detail, but you can't?
I chose a girl over a soccer scholarship.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
You
I was
with
in
her
love. No, I was in love with that girl.
No more.
It's okay, she ain't shit. Anyways, last question. I'll wrap this up because Baylor plays today.
At what time?
They play at 7. My sister's first game of her last season before she enters the WNBA. Moment of silence. She's going number 1. Thought I'd just let you guys know. Anyways, last question. What has been your most shameful experience?
Like trouble wise?
I don't know, Courtney. I don't know the questions and the depths of them. I'm asking you the questions that I looked up.
Shameful?
Just think of your most shameful experience.
Don't have any imperfect.
Oh my goodness gracious. Joni has a lot.
Junie looks like he's just full of shame right now.
I would probably say I'm not gonna say exactly what I said, but one time I was like a young teenager. I was probably like 13 or 14 when this happened, and I was with my friends, and me and my mom got into it around my friends, and I murmured something under my breath as I was walking away, and she heard me say it.
Oh, you said a bad word, didn't you?
Yes, but it wasn't just a bad. It was a bad phrase. It's highly inappropriate. I'm not gonna say it, but she heard me say it, and that's probably like the most shame I've ever felt of myself. And since then, I feel like I never talked to my mom like that.
Well,
ever
good.
again.
I would hope so.
Like it like I used to be really disrespectful to my parents, but after
Holy-
after she heard me say that, and she told me, and the look in her eyes, because she wasn't mad, she was heartbroken.
Oh my god.
Because of what I said, and that was a life lesson for me to never speak to my mother like that again.
You should not have been speaking to your mother like
I
that.
was such a
Period.
brat that one time it was Christmas Day. I just opened a ton of presents. I'm sure I got nice stuff. And my dad was like, pack up, we're going to Nashville, because I had family that lived here. Mm-hmm. And I threw a bitch fit. I did not want to go. And I told them, no, you guys can go without me. I'm not packing a bag. I refuse. I boycott. I'm not going, because I wanted to stay and hang out with my boyfriend at the time. This was in high school. And so I went and locked myself in my room, and my dad kicked down my door. He kicked down my bedroom door, and I ran to my closet and closed the door, and he came in there and he freaking whooped my ass.
That's good. That's what I needed to hear.
And then I snuck some of his vodka in a bottle and got drunk.
Oh my god.
On
You're
the
a
way.
rebel child. Okay. That's a good. I like that. That's a better story.
I didn't feel shame from that though.
It's because you didn't have any regrets. I was like you adulting and learning
Yeah.
how to be a little savage.
I'm still savage.
My shameful experience is when I put weed in my pants for fucking Tony.
I remember that.
That is my most shameful
I don't
experience.
remember when it happened because I didn't know you then, but
I almost took the
met you
fall
right after.
for a stupid friend that did not even give a fuck about me. And I almost went to jail for this man and put weed in my fucking pants.
I remember
and
that
got
story.
slammed on a cop car. That has to be my most shameful experience because I called my parents afterwards and they were just like, you fucking idiot. Like, it wasn't even no sympathy for if I would have got locked up. They were just like, you're a fucking idiot. Because my parents will tell me straight, regardless of the situation. And after that, I was just like, dude, I need to be more careful about who I call my friends. Because we had been friends for like a year and a half, and I thought like this was a real friendship. And then when the going got cuffed right then and there, I almost took the fall for him just because I thought it was the right thing to do because he was on probation. And that would have ended, I probably wouldn't even be in Nashville right now if I wouldn't have got away with that situation.
I think personally, like looking back, I am ashamed of myself. Is that the same?
Yeah.
Like feeling ashamed.
You're growing, growth.
Like looking back on my life, I feel very ashamed for staying in a relationship for 4+ years and just letting them walk all over me.
But you needed that. You need that to learn
It's a
and to
life.
grow.
It's a life.
I think I
lesson.
got
Yeah.
cheated on in that relationship like 7+ times, and I just was okay with it.
Oh. Although it's not good.
Trust me, people, and I get it. Your situation was bad, but
Yeah.
there's always somebody that's had it worse. Number one, and number two, you use that experience to get where you are now, and now you're with a really good person. That's
Yeah.
really good for you.
It's
and I think
growth.
that's something that both of you and I can both relate to because we've both been in toxic relationships that didn't end well, and we have now both since found people who treat us better. And I think
Yeah.
that's just part of growing life. I'd say,
I think it's just shameful that we didn't know our worth.
yeah.
And now I kind of know that, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe myself.
Sometimes I feel shameful for how I like treated my parents when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think and I think my parents know this a little bit because they were a bit different with my sister. They were very like strict on me. They were very like all up in my business all the time. Trackers on my phone, needed to know where I was at all times. And I feel like because of that, I kind of rebelled extra and kind of just wanted to do things to piss them off on purpose because I wanted to show them that they weren't going to try and control me. But little did I know, like the lessons that they were trying to teach me were in my benefit, and they were always looking for my best interest. And it took until, you know, I moved out and got out of that circle to understand that, like, wow, they were really trying to protect me. Like, they were really looking out for me and my future. And I kind of feel shameful about, like, how I treated them because my parents weren't easy on me. Like, they disciplined me, like, they grounded me, they did all these things, but yet I was still trying to be like the devious child and, you know, try and get away with, you know, things that I probably shouldn't have been doing at that time.
Yeah.
So.
That's a great way to end it. Jenny, you're 2 for 2 on ending up our episodes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for another great episode of Making Sense of Adulting. Episode 3, we're marching on through. It's been good so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
A lot of projects working not a lot of projects. I'm not gonna keep saying that, but we do have some interesting things happening to us. We may even get our own radio show. Crossing our fingers. But instead of you guys having to wait every week to hear us, you might be able to get us to hear us live on the radio with music in between. So let's just keep our fingers crossed for more opportunities. Thank you to all that are still listening and continue to listen to us. Parents, friends, network friends, industry folks. It is your boy Radio Rod, Rodney Smith, signing out.
Howdy.
Later.